Hi, I'm Alex Kloskov, commercial photographer, founder of Photigy.com. By the way, Photigy.com is the best place to start in studio product photography. Best place online, okay? And today I want to show you a little piece from the course which I'm working on right now, the course for beginners in product studio photography. And that course will cover almost everything, especially made for photographers who emerging from different type of photography business, like events or maybe weddings or maybe portraiture, into studio product and still life photography. And in this short video, it will be 5-minute video, so no worry, no much talks. I'll cover the biggest mistakes, basically one biggest mistake I see photographers doing again and again when they work with glossy subjects. Not completely glossy, but at least well, subjects which has lots of glossy surfaces. And I've seen how they're using large softboxes, like this one I have here. Large softboxes, which is great for portraiture, but not good idea for most of product photography applications. Because of its size, it's really hard to modify that huge amount of lights coming from this. And especially when you're working with glossy stuff. So, this mug, Smug mug, by the way, Smug mug, one of the best places for photographers to keep portfolio, to sell photos online, prints, and well, just visit smugmug.com and check it out. I have portfolio there, and well, this is great. This is great place. So, this mug is glossy. It's quite glossy. It's black and glossy. And we have this spoon, which is glossy as well. And let's do just really simple shot, okay? So, let me switch to two cameras view, one on top, one on front, so you see the lighting setup. And I'm going to place this Smug mug onto a little, it's not even table, it's a plate. But a tip for you, why I'm putting it on a plate? To avoid reflection from a larger piece of table under the this mug, because it will be visible reflection from it. I don't want that reflection to happen, okay? So I'm placing this way, and that's what I see. We need some nice look for this mug, right? The camera is here, Canon 6D camera, full frame, great stuff. With non-macro lens, again, for purpose, I am putting non-macro lens. It's Canon 24-70mm f2.8L lens, which works great for that type of subjects where not, macro is not needed. It's not one-to-one magnification. It's quite well can be done with this lens, okay? So, manual focus, of course, 160 of a second shutter speed, f18, okay? Let's put f18, now let's put f20. I love to close aperture so the whole subject in the focus. Okay, and let's do a shot. I'm going to share another screen. Okay, so that's what we see. We see the reflection from our softbox, and it looks kind of okay, but it's not really okay. First, because the surface of this softbox, it's not uniform lighting. Unless you put a lot of power, as much power as needed to blow out completely the reflection, yeah, it will be all white, but it's not the idea here. We see some wrinkles, we see some stuff on the softbox. And most of softboxes will have that pattern unless you overexpose it. It's not like this little box light, brown color box light, with really, it's plastic and it's completely evenly lit, even when if it's not overexposed. Great for reflection. But here we're talking about some basic setup for beginners in product photography, right? So when you shoot like this, you got that reflection which doesn't look right, and how to fix it? What can be done? we need to create a gradient. Always think about creating a gradient on the glossy surface, because that's essential. The idea is to get that gradient so it will look nice and smooth, and you can see the shape of the subject because of the gradient, right? So how we create gradient here? We put in diffuser between our softbox and subject. Okay, I have here this diffuser. Again, this is do-it-yourself diffuser, just a white plexiglass. Sorry, it's not plastic. It's translucent plastic on the screen frame. Frame can be, well, anything. And it works really well as a diffuser. However, if you just put it like this, it probably won't really do any gradients, right? Because it just, well, it will reduce amount of light which hits the subject, right? So we need to actually put a little bit more light, like 1.5 stop, to kind of compensate that we have a diffuser now. But you see there is no big difference, right? This is the image. And to create a gradient on the diffuser is we need to rotate our softbox and physically touch it, the diffuser. I am touching it on one side. Why we need to touch it? We need to touch it to create sharp cut off. That's what will translate to the viewer that, hey, this surface is glossy. We'll have nice gradient and sharp cut off on other side. And that's what will do a glossy look. Otherwise, if you have just a gradient, nice smooth gradient, surface may look matte. I've seen this as another mistake when photographers create a nice gradient on the some large diffuser around the glossy subject, and subject just look matte. Not good. Not good. We need to show that this is glossy. So you see, I'm touching it on one side, and it's open on another, and hopefully it will give us some kind of gradient. Yeah, it's a little bit better if you compare it to this one, right? It's a little bit better, but still not good enough. So to create a real gradient, we need a strip box. Narrow softbox. How we can create narrow softbox from this? Easy. It's just a big piece of black cardboard, right? You cover it. Well, of course, the best way is to cover two sides of this large softbox with black screens, and you have a strip on the middle. But with that kind of thing, when you do in the middle, you cannot touch your diffuser. You cannot touch on one side. So that's why I'm doing here, like this, okay? This is our strip box. And we can start, let's add more power, okay? And we can start with from really narrow one, right? And do several shots, increasing gap gradually. And then we'll compare the results and we'll see we will see what is going on here. Okay, so the last one probably the best, right? This is when we have really narrow gap, and it's kind of cool, and even glossy part like this start looking really nice, right? Compare it to just softbox. This is softbox, this is gradient. Gradient looks much better, right? What can be done here to make this shot better? Something from other side, right? It's just too dark. And the simplest way to add the light, again, I'm talking about doing it without spending, let's say, any money. We add in the reflector. What I have here is a cardboard, white cardboard, probably $1 or $2, a white cardboard, right? It will reflect the light. Oops, of course we need to do this thing again. Probably like this, right? And we got something nice. It looks a little better. You see, this is with and this is without. that reflector. Of course, reflector probably is not as bright as the light if you put it there. But what can we do? Let's say if you have another light, what can we do to increase the brightness and enhance and give the idea that this is glossy, this is really glossy subject? One more light. Sharp light. Sharp light, let's say this strip box over here, to highlight this area and give some edge light, edge reflection. And that very bright reflection will show us that, hey, this subject is really glossy. And actually we can decrease the brightness a little bit, right? And well, probably like this. Okay, so and let's do our strip box thing. Let's move this reflector a little bit closer to the subject and do a shot. Well, this is a little bit too close. You see what is going on? I have this reflection in the middle. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a little bit too bright. So what do? We just rotate this, opening this gap. I don't want this part of the reflector to be highlighted, bouncing this light from the diffuser. Okay? And okay, here we go. So this is how we create a glossy look. This is how we create a gradient. Remember about this thing, okay? The shot was really simple. It's not like I'm doing a big tutorial for you. The whole idea of this demonstration is to show you that this is what you need to do with your large softbox and with your do-it-yourself diffuser. When working with glossy subjects, touch your diffuser with your softbox and do the gradient on it with shortcut off line. It works really, really great on anything even more glossy than this mug. Jewelry, watch photography, well, metal, chrome metal. This it looks just really, really good. That kind of lighting setup, this way of creating gradients, even if you don't have a strip box. Okay? Stay tuned, more videos to come soon. Once I will have that course for beginners, studio product photography course ready, well, you'll be one of the first who will know about it. Bye.